Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. الحج والجهاد وما يتعلق بهما ودفع السائل عن الأهل والمال. That is the topic. It says page number 76. Hajj and Jihad and the issues related with the Hajj and Jihad. That's the topic. So he's talking about Hajj and then moves to Jihad. Wadafu Sa'il, and the third issue that he will deal in this topic or in this chapter is Dafu Sa'il anil ahli wal mal, meaning someone attacking your family or attacking your wealth. So Dafu Sa'il means defending the attacker who is trying to attack on your family or your own honor or trying to rob your wealth. Okay, so three issues: Hajj, Jihad, and what if someone is attacking upon your life or attacking upon your family or trying to rob your wealth forcefully. So obviously you have to defend. And if a person is getting killed in that way, he will be regarded as shaheed. من قتل دون نفسه فهو شهيد من قتل دون أهله فهو شهيد من قتل دون ماله فهو شهيد. Meaning, if you are defending the honor of your wife and your family members, and you are defending your life or defending your wealth, and if you get killed, you are martyr, because this is your things, your life, your wife or your honor and your wealth. I mean, what the message we can derive is that don't surrender. If someone is coming trying to forcefully take your wealth and you have the means to defend, yes, defend. Don't let him take away and run away with your wealth. Okay, let's start with the Hajj. You want to read, Ali? Just a couple of lines.
What line are we on?
Page number 76.
76. From the beginning, yeah?
Yes, وبادر بفرض الأمر
وبادر بفرض الأمر قبل انقضائه بحج إلى البيت العتيق المؤكد وما الحج إلا القصد قصد مخصص عبادة إذعان ومحض تعبد تحن القلوب المستجاب لها الدعاء إلى الصادق البر الخليل الممجد أتى بخصوص في الدعاء مبعضا ولو أما طار الشوق بالناس عن يدي.
Okay, let's start. وبادر بفرض الأمر قبل انقضائه. And he's saying hasten to fulfill the obligation of once in a lifetime. Hajj is obligatory once in a lifetime. So saying Badir bifard al-umri, meaning obligation, hasten to fulfill the obligation of your, meaning obligation once in your life. Qabla inqidaihi, before the life comes to an end. What happens, sometimes you may meeting the conditions, but a person may saying, okay, I will do the Hajj after I reach 60 or 65 or when I become old, because after the Hajj I have to change my life pattern, I have to be obedient, I can't do the things that I'm doing now, so delay it. And what happens, the qabla inqidai, maybe the life come to end before you are able to do the Hajj. You never know whether you are going to live for 65, 70 or not. So that's what he's saying, Badir bi fardil umri, hasten to fulfill the obligation that is obligatory once in a life before the lives come to an end. Bihajjin, meaning fulfill the obligation by doing the Hajj of Baytul Atiq, meaning visiting the house al-Atiq. Al-Atiq means the house that has been protected. Al-Mu'akkadi, meaning it has been protected. What it means that the house has been protected, meaning many people, some people, yes, they did try Abraha, but he was destroyed. And because it is protected, otherwise people, especially the disbelievers and especially those who are enemies of Islam, they don't want these mashayir or house of Allah to remain. When they see all the Muslims are gathering once in a year, and the huge, the huge gathering of the Muslim taking place, if they, meaning they're not capable, if they can, they will get rid of her. They would try. So that's why Baytul Atiq is called the house that has been protected and freed. Protected by, meaning it is protected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like He protected the Quran, or the Quran is preserved. No one can alter a letter of the Quran even if they try so. So in the same way, no one can destroy or can get rid of this house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even if they try. Okay, someone did try it before the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was born, or before he was made Prophet Abraha, and he was destroyed altogether, him and his army. Yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will allow some people to do it just before the end of this world. Just before the end of this world, yes, some people from Africa also will, target the house of Allah, and will be able, Allah will allow him, because now the end of the world is coming, and things and this disorder in the norms of Allah, not norms of Allah, I mean disorder in the things that we are used to will start happening. But before that, no one will be able to destroy with evil intention. Meaning, if you are destroying in order to build it proper and so on and so forth, that is possible. The Arab people did, and it happened at the time of some of the Khulafa. But destroying with the intention to destroy, with the evil intention, no one will be able. Okay, وَمَا الْحَجُّ إِلَّا الْقَصْدُ قَصْدٌ مُخَصَّصٌ. What Hajj means? Hajj means to intend. And intend what? Meaning a specific intention, a specific, intending a specific land with a specific intention, and during a specific time. That is the Hajj. Hajj means to visit, to intend, to head towards something. So this is not a heading towards anything, but rather it is heading towards a buqa al-mukhassasa, meaning to a specific land during specific time with specific rituals. Okay, that's what he's saying. Qasdun mukhasasun, ibadatu id'anin. And Hajj is an ibadah, that meaning ibadatu id'anin, meaning ibadah based upon iman, based upon submission. Wa mahdu ta'abbudi, and it is just a form of worship. It is just a form of worship that people are going with no other intention. Okay, now maybe the Saudi is developed and this and that, and you can do shopping and many things, but before 50, 60 years there was nothing. Before 60, 70 years there was nothing in those lands, and people used to go from all over the world just with the proper intention and solely to visit the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and perform some rituals there. So that he's saying mahdu ta'abbudi. It is completely act of worship. تحن القلوب المستجاب لها الدعاء إلى الصادق البر الخليل الممجد. Meaning the hearts تحن, the hearts are attracted to the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and accepting the dua or the offer, or let's say not accepting, al-mustajabu. Responding. Yes, maybe responding is a better word. Responding to the call of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked him to announce وَأَذِّن بِالنَّاسِ فِي الْحَجِّ, meaning proclaim and announce for the people, let them come for the Hajj. So he made made the call, or he passed the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the people who are going and doing the Hajj, they are responding to the call of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, the righteous al-Mumajjidi, the great Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. Ata bi khususin fi du'a muba'idan, and the call that Ibrahim alayhi salam made is muba'idan, meaning it's not called for everyone. It's not called for everyone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا. mean the call for Hajj is not a common one. It's not for everyone. Mubayatan mean is limited for those people who can afford the expenses, and that's out of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If he had just said come and do the Hajj, what would have happened? Walau amma, if Ibrahim alayhi salam and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would make it common, tara shawq bin nas, so everyone would have tried, those who afford and those who don't. If Hajj had been made obligatory upon every Muslim, what would have happened? Everyone would have tried, whether you got means or not. Okay, and some people, even now we see some people are going on the al-Adab, meaning walking. From those countries, Iran and Pakistan and those, some people, yes, they don't have means, they say, okay, let's go. I mean, they embark months ago, and upon bicycle, or some people even walking.
Some insist to do that because they think it's more reward.
I mean, if you have means, then don't try to make things harder upon yourself. Okay, if you have means, see, that is the sunnah. If you have means, then it is not desirable to make things harder upon yourself. If you have no means, then it's fine. For example, Prophet ﷺ said doing wudu despite difficulties is something really rewarding. Isbaghul wudu al-makarih, and huge reward. But you don't create the difficulties. Meaning, for example, you got the hot water and you got the cold water, and you say, I will do wudu with the cold water with the intention to make things difficult for me and hope for the reward. Scholars say, no, this is not proper fiqh and not correct understanding of the religion. But if you happen in a place where only cold water is available, you cannot make it warm, also you're a traveler or something, and there's no means to, then yes, do wudu properly, not just by touching a little bit and passing your hands. So in the same way, if you got means and you got money, but you're not buying a ticket, rather you say go on bicycle or walking, you're making things harder, and that's not the sunnah of Prophet ﷺ. He was simple, and according to the situation he would react. Sometime he had nice food, he would eat. Sometime nothing, and then he would stay fasting, observe fasting. Okay, تحن إلى آلام مكة دائما قلوب إلى الداعي تروه وتغتدي. تحن إلى آلام مكة, meaning the sha'air of the Makkah, the symbols that are in the Makkah, the hearts, تحن إلى, meaning the hearts incline badly to go to the Makkah and visit the sha'air, visit the sanctioned places like Arafat and Muzdalifah and Safa and Marwa and so on and so forth. قلوب إلى الداعي, meaning these are the hearts that want to respond to the call of Ibrahim alayhi salam and command to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, taruhu wa taqtadi, and they leave in the morning and they leave in the evening. I mean, before, when people used to travel on the camels or so, they would go according to the plan. Some people would leave in the morning with the caravan, and some people would leave evening. And by the way, 30-40 years ago, maybe a little bit more, 50 years ago, when Saudi wasn't developed, going Hajj was like going for a jihad, where your life is not guaranteed. It's true. I remember my grandfather, Father, may Allah forgive him and have mercy upon him. He went for Hajj maybe 40-45 years ago or so. And at that time in the village, people would send them off, yes, thinking that thinking that they are going for Hajj and we may not be able to see them back. And the one who would come back from Hajj safe, they would say, you have been given another life, Mawlud. That's how the Hajj was hard. And the path wasn't safe either. Many Hujjaj would get robbed and get killed. And at that time, the Hujjaj would use the what we say, go through by the sea, not by aeroplane at that time. It would take 30-40 days to going, 30-40 days to coming back, and 2-3 months there, 6 months altogether. 5-6 months, yes.
There used to be like a lot of fires as well there. A lot of people used to die in the fires.
Fire. Yes, and people would get robbed as well. Safety and security and all things were not in order before.
Now people they want a 5 or 6 day package.
Yes,
Isn't it?
I mean generally speaking, people come back safe nowadays. Sometimes yes, some accidents happen and only few people may lose life, but vast majority people, they come back safe. Okay, rijalan wa rukbanan. People respond to the call of Ibrahim alayhi salam. Rijalan, going to Makkah by walking, wa rukbanan, and by taking, how do you say, rides. Ala kulli dhamirin, upon every lean camel. Okay, dhamir has been translated. At that time it was lean camel, but now dhamir can refer to any means of transportation which is slim also. Take for example the aeroplanes. They're not, meaning they're not big and round also. They are made slim. يَلُبُّونَ دَاعِيَ الْحَقِّ مِنْ كُلِّ مَوْرِدٍ. They are responding to the caller of the truth, Ibrahim alayhi salam, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who made it obligatory and asked Ibrahim salam to proclaim. Min kulli mawridi, from every direction. And subhanallah, you find people from different, maybe from all countries, Muslim from each country. يَتِيرُ بِهِمْ شَوْقًا إِلَى ذَلِكَ الْهِمَةِ لِتَحْصِيلِ وَعْدِ النَّفْيِ فِي خَيْرِ مَشْهَدِ. يَتِيرُ بِهِمْ شَوْقًا إِلَى ذَلِكَ الْهِمَةِ, meaning they have this burning desire to that sanctuary, to that, meaning to that place which is sacred. لِتَحْصِيلِ وَعْدِ النَّفْيِ فِي خَيْرِ مَشْهَدِ, hoping that they will لِتَحْصِيلِ وَعْدِ النَّفْيِ, hoping that they will get benefit by فِي خَيْرِ مَشْهَدِ, by being in the big gathering and by performing the rituals of Hajj. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised, لِيَشْهَدُوا مَنَافِعَ لَهُمْ. Once you go for the Hajj, you will witness or you will get benefit, many types of benefit. Major benefit is the forgiveness of your sins and returning back as the new baby born, free from sins completely. And yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised the Jannah, and all these are the, what we say, benefits, religious benefits, and there are some worldly benefits as well. Meaning your intention is not the worldly benefits, but your primary intention is to perform Hajj, fulfill the responsibility and get the reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Along with that, if you are meeting friends and visiting, they being excited to see Medina and Makkah and doing some shopping or other thing, that's fine. There's nothing wrong. But your primary intention is not doing shopping and so on and so forth. And people living in European countries and America and those, yes, they don't have any intention to buy or do any shopping because they get everything here. Sometimes it is the Asian country and African country people have that. But there's nothing wrong. It should not be your primary intention, and you should not start doing any shopping until the Hajj is done, and then little bit shopping is fine, or buying something. Okay, على كلهم قد هان نفس عزيزة وأهل ومال من تريف ومتلد من تريف ومتلد, meaning قد هان نفس عزيزة. So these people who head towards Makkah in order to perform Hajj, هان نفس عزيزة, meaning some نفس عزيزة, meaning close relatives, they become secondary. أهل, your family, and your wealth that min tarif, meaning the wealth that you acquired recently, or mutladin, or the wealth that you acquired or got through inheritance or so. Meaning what happens, the one who goes for the Hajj, for him the family and the children and the wealth, everything becomes secondary. His main primary purpose is to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, fulfill the rituals. That's why he leaves behind sometimes Not everyone takes their wife, or some people take, but they leave the family, children behind, and they leave their business and spend some wealth. Okay, how much it will cost nowadays? Over 10 to 20, 15. The minimum maybe 10,000.
From here is four or 5,000 from the UK.
No, you don't find 4 or 5,000.
You can, but this that's for people who've done it before, and they'll get really basic services. But
I don't think that even basics you get for 4 or 5. Now, the minimum is 8, 10 in that region.
No, yeah, the regular packages.
Okay, you went last year for the Hajj?
This year.
This year. Okay, so you may
yeah,
know.
they were saying on the calls, we have, for you guys that know what you are doing, we have a new package this year. But generally, yeah, they're from like 7, 8,
10, 15,
yeah,
12. It's
yeah.
true. So that's what he's saying. Hana nafsun azizatun wa ahlun wa malun. When you are intending Hajj, your family, your children, your wealth, all these things become secondary. You leave them behind and go for the Hajj. And even wealth, you are spending a lot. Some people, yes, they make saving for 10, 15 years, then they're able to afford the expenses, and they go. And here in this country, you find many people are well off, and all the conditions are being met, and they are delaying for no reason.
Buy a car next.
It's true.
They can buy a car which costs more. But
It's true. You find poor people, and they have this burning desire. Back in Asian countries, African countries, many people, hearts are full with Iman, and they have this burning desire and making saving for 10, 15 years until they're able to afford the expense, and they go for the Hajj. And in these countries, many people have those means. Not everyone, most of the people, they have 10, 15,000 savings or so. Okay, anyway, delaying is no good. As Prophet ﷺ said, one who wants to do the Hajj, let him hasten once the conditions are met, because you never know whether you will be able to perform Hajj at a later time or not. Okay, you may become poor or healthy. Someone may lose his health and not be able to physically travel, and sometimes death overtakes a person. Okay, let's carry on. رذو أن مديد الذل قطع مهامه يذل بها نهريرها ليس يهتدي ولذ لهم في جنب ما يبتغونه سموم بجهلاء المعالم صيخدي. Okay, he's talking about those people who go for the Hajj. He's saying they رذو أن مديد الذل, meaning they were living a good life. They were living under the shade, meaning before going Hajj, they were living normal life and good life. But they give up all this luxurious life. Most of the people who go for the Hajj, they are rich people, that's why they are affording the expenses and going. So he's saying, these people who go for Hajj, they give up the zil, the shade, and the better life that they were living, and they are ready to go through and suffer the hardship that is involved in the Hajj. No matter how much rich you are, or no matter how good package you take, there are some hardships that everyone has to go through. It doesn't matter. You take the highest package, but still, in order to do tawaf and moving from one place to other place, the hardship is there. And that's why the hadith says, Aisha asked, O Messenger of Allah, can we do jihad? Prophet ﷺ said, the jihad of the woman is the Hajj. For them, that is the Hajj. So that's what he's saying. وَلَذَّ لَهُمْ فِي جَنْبِ مَا يَبْتَغُونَهُ. And why they put up all this hardship, the hardship of the travel and the heat of the meaning. Yes, generally speaking, Makkah is hot. Makkah is hot, except for maybe in January and December. Otherwise, in majority of the year, most part of the year, it is extremely hot, especially in the May, June. If someone wants to go for Hajj now, it will be May, June, isn't it? Ramadan is in March, April, May, June, yes. So why a Haji puts up all this hardship? Because he is aiming for something really high. وَلَذَّ لَهُمْ. Not only he puts up, he enjoys. He enjoys. Why he enjoys this hardship? Meaning you're not looking for the hardship, but whatever hardship comes, you take it. Yes, you enjoy because you are aiming for something really good, and you are aiming to get the, what we say, pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you are trying to fulfill His command, and it is required once in a lifetime. So لَذَّ لَهُمْ فِي جَنْبِ مَا يَبْتَغُونَ. All this hardship, they will take it. How do you say, take it on chin? Yes. They enjoy. When they don't complain. It's true. It's true. You see, people don't complain. I performed Hajj last time with my father. May Allah forgive him and have mercy upon him. Somewhere 1996, or I'm not sure exactly, in that region. And he had the problem in his, something in his knees. And hardly he would walk for a few yards or so. But during that time he made dua, and yes, he was able to do. And we did tawaf away. Because, yes, he was old, one lady in the group was older, so I took them and I found the mataf is full for the tawaf of the Hajj tawaf father. So we went on the roof, on the first floor, and obviously first floor is, the distance is the big one, so we did there. I said, shall I bring I said, no, I'm fine. So yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala helps.
They've got an electric car now, though, if you want to do it quickly.
Electric car.
Electric buggy.
Is that for tawaf as well?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. 1 minute. It looks to be going like about 10. Maybe 10 miles an hour.
10 to 15. No, that's fast. 7 minutes.
Okay, now he's talking about all those following lines are the same. He's saying many people who rakhiyul aish, meaning people living a good life, but for the Hajj they give up and they put up the hardship of the travel and the hardship of the, what we say, or the heat of the Makkah, and the hardship involved in the performing the rituals, meaning they don't complain because they are looking for something greater. They are looking for or seeking the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So yes, they're happy and they take it and they put up. Not only put up, they enjoy. They say, okay, this is for the sake of Allah, doesn't matter. فَكَمْ مِنْ رَخِيِّ الْعَيْشِ حَرَّكُوا الْهَوَى فَقَامَ بِآبَاءِ الرِّجَى سَاغِبًا سَدِي. Meaning, سَاغِبًا means hungry and thirsty. Yes, you go hungry and thirsty as well. For example, if you're in Mina and you're not in a package or so, sometimes you stand for half an hour in front of a hotel to get some food or something, and you get tired and say, okay, leave it. And then buy some fruits or so. So number of days just people are survive upon fruit and juices or so. Especially, yes, in the, 8th Dhul Hijjah in the Mina, in Arafah, and so on and so forth. And thirst as well. فَلَيْسَ بِثَانٍ أَزْمُهُ أَنْتِرَابِهِ إِذَا ثَوَّبَ الدَّاعِ بِهِ وَصْلَ خُرَّدِي. فَلَيْسَ بِثَانٍ أَزْمُهُ أَنْتِرَابِهِ. Meaning people would not give up. Those who are going for the Hajj, nothing can turn them back. Thani nazmu, meaning the intention is firm. They're heading towards the house of Allah, and there's nothing which can stop them from seeking the reward of Allah and going for the journey and doing the rituals of Hajj. إِذَا ثَوَّبَ الدَّاعِ بِهِ وَصْلَ خُرَّدِي. Meaning when the caller has called, they give up. They give up living with their families, with their wives. Khurrad is ladies, wives. Meaning you're staying at home, you have chance to live with your wife, spend night, all those things are given up. And yes, as the brother said, now people looking for a package for 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, I think all those are available, 7 days, 10 days.
The shorter the package is even more expensive. Yeah, because people from the US, they want to come, they don't get much holiday, whereas people from like Algeria or some other, Pakistan, that's the only time they're going to go there, so they want to go. The government packages are like for a whole month.
Whole month. Before there was no package less than 45 days or something. 10, 15, 20 years ago, there wasn't any. I'm not sure about the Europe or so. For Asian people, there wasn't less than 2-3 months. So it was a big
Muslim country. They're going to give their people more time, aren't they? It's all done through their governments anyway.
They will live 40 days or 40 prayers in Medina and so on and so forth. Okay, atar al-kara anhum rija wisalihim. They lose their sleep. Kara means sleep. Meaning while they are traveling, they are so excited that they lose their sleep. Rija wisalihim, meaning hoping that they will get there and will able to visit the house of Allah. وَشَوْقًا إِلَىٰ قَبْرِ النَّبِيِّ مُحَمَّدِ. Okay, it says قَبْرِ النَّبِي, but some of the editions of this book say إِلَىٰ Rabi in-Nabi. Rabi in-Nabi means the city of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I mean the excitement to see the house of Allah and the Shair of Makkah and the city of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Atar al-Kara, meaning yes, they are so excited that they won't get enough sleep from the time they are traveling until they reach there. Afallahu anni kam uwaddi'u sa'iran ilayhi wa dhanbi habisi wa muqayyidi. Afallahu anni, may Allah forgive me, kam uwaddi'u sa'iran ilayhi wa dhanbi habisi wa muqayyidi. Meaning I'm sending off many travelers. He's saying, may Allah forgive me, I am sending off many travelers, meaning I'm sending off many people. But me, myself, not getting opportunity to go to the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَذَنْبِ habisi, meaning my sins and my, lack of provision also, which holding me back. Sometimes it can be sin as well. He's being humble, by the way. Sometimes it can be sins as well. You may have all those means, but yes, you're not spiritually has reached to the level, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not making things easier for you. تحملت أوزارا تثقل منهدي ولكنني أرجو تجاوز سيدي. تحملت أوزارا, I'm carrying my sins which is burdening me, but I hope that my Sayyid, my Lord, will forgive me. ظني جميل بالكريم وعدتي. ظني جميل بالكريم, meaning my expectation are good from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we mentioned the hadith today that no one should die unless he has good expectation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Husnul dhann billah. So he's saying, even though I'm a sinful and awzar, meaning I feel the burden of my sins, but I have good expectation with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And وَأُدَّتِي شَفِيُّ الْوَرَى في موقف الحشر في غدي. وَأُدَّتِي, and my provision is the shafi'ul wara. I mean, my provision is, I'm relying upon the shafa of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is shafi'ul wara. And he will do the shafa on the day of judgment tomorrow. Okay, but scholar did not like the way he has used the words, meaning my reliance on my provision, that is having hope in the shafa of, meaning having hope in the shafa is fine, you have hope, but you don't say that is my provision, because you never know, no one knows whether you will be beneficiary of the shafa of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam or not. Meaning, yes, take the means that will enable you to get the shafa of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And what are the means for the shafa? Who will get the shafa of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Who are the beneficiary of the shafa? The one who dies upon tawheed and refrains from all type of shirk. If you, for example, Nauzubillah, you don't understand tawheed, you are involved, no matter how much you say that I have hope in the shafa of the Prophet, it's not going to happen. And by the way, those people who are involved in the shirkiyat, they are the one who talk about the shafa. They are the one who express their hope in the shafa. Yes, true. We also have and we also want, and may Allah make all of us, our children, our parents and relatives among those people who get benefit from the shafa of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But you see that the people of Quburiya and those, it is them who always express the hope in the shafa of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And despite being involved in the shirki act, okay, and not understanding Tawheed, it is them who claim we will get the Shafa'ah. I give the example, you want to go to London, but your car is on the opposite direction. Your car is on the opposite direction. It won't take you to London, it will put you to Birmingham or the opposite. It's the same, these people, it is them who, having hope and looking for, that's fine. But yes, you need to take the appropriate means. Yes.
What was the hadith mentioned in the car? من قال لا إله إلا الله.
Yes, Abu Huraira asked, who are the beneficiary of your Shafa'ah? Who will get benefit from the Shafa'ah on the day of Jannah? He said, those who say La ilaha illa khalisan min qalbihi, and being sincerely they are saying, they believe in Allah's oneness and they understand what this Tawheed means. And there's another hadith in which Prophet ﷺ said, every prophet has been given one guarantee that one of dua will be accepted. And I haven't used that in this life. I will use it on the hereafter. And my Shafa'ah for my ummah. And it will get to every person of my ummah who hasn't committed shirk. So the first condition, the main condition is refraining from the shirk and believing in Allah's Tawheed. And as I mentioned, those Quburian people, Nauzubillah, it is them who express the hope of the Shafa'ah, and they don't do anything that enables them or makes them eligible for the Shafa'ah of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. شفيع الورى في موقف الحشر في غدي لئن ثنت الأقدار أزمي عن الصرى فشوقي إليه دائم وتلددي وإن رجائي أن يمن بزورة فأبلغ من تلك المشاعر مقصدي. And then he said وألثم آثار النبيين ذاريا وأبسط كفي للدعاء وجهدي. He's saying لئن ثنت الأقدار أزمي عن الصرى, meaning if something happens and I won't be able to make to the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but still the desire and the excitement, I will remain always. He's saying even qadar of Allah, let's say I don't make it, I won't be able to have the means, that's fine, but the desire is always will be there, and you may be rewarded for your intention. You may be rewarded for true intention that you have. For example, if someone, like the hadith says, someone got the wealth and he's spending in cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and someone who hasn't got the wealth, but he says, if I had, I would have also done the same. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the reward is similar. Ajruhuma sawa. So someone, let's say poor, but he genuinely believes that if he had the expenses, he would also have gone for Hajj like his neighbor who is rich. Obviously the reward won't be exactly the same, but he will get the reward for his intention. Okay, last line before we close. وَأَلْثِمُ آثَارَ النَّبِيِّنَ ذَارِيًا وَأَبْسُطُ كَفِّي لِلدُّعَى وَجْهَدِي. Okay, some of the words, meaning the other edition of this book says وَأَلْثِمُ آثَارَ النَّبِيِّنَ وَأَسْعَى آثَارَ النَّبِيِّنَ ذَارِيًا. Not أَلْثِمُ. What أَلْثِمُ means, I will try to attach myself with the Atharun Nabiyin. Atharun Nabiyin means the things that were associated with the prophets. For example, Ghari Hira, Prophet ﷺ stayed there. So it gives the wrong meaning. Meaning the wording here, Al-Thimu, Atharun Nabiyin, it gives the wrong meaning. That I will show my interest and attach myself with the Athar. That's not from the Sunnah. Okay, other edition says, وَأَسْعَى آثَارَ النَّبِيِّينَ, meaning I try to follow the Sunnah of the Prophets. And that is fine. And the Hajj is not only the Sunnah of Prophet ﷺ, it's the Sunnah of all Prophets. Prophet ﷺ mentioned Musa ﷺ doing Hajj, Ibrahim, Ismail, and Masjid-i Khayf. How many Prophets he mentioned that they are buried there? Meaning all of those prophets, they performed the Hajj. Okay, subhanAllah, see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has elevated the status of few individuals and elevated some timings and elevated some places. Okay, when people go in the Arafah and when you're walking around the Kaaba, just imagine how many people before you, righteous people, have walked on the place. And when people go in the Arafah and get close to the mountain of Rahmah, Jabal Rahmah, which is called, think about how many millions of people have stayed there and worshipped Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, made dua. I mean, along with the companions and prophets. And okay, and he said, I will follow the Atharun Nabi'in, the Sunnah of the Prophets. And Prophet ﷺ said, Khudu anni manasikakum, learn the rituals of Hajj from me. I may not be alive among you anymore. And yes, he passed away after the only Hajj that he did. وَأَبْسُطُ كَفِّي لِلدُّعَى وَجْهَدِي. When I go there, I follow the Sunnah of Prophet, and I will أَبْسُطُ كَفِّي لِلدُّعَى وَجْهَدِي. I will raise my hand for the dua, and I will ajhadi, meaning I will make serious effort making dua. Okay, any question? I mean, that's the way he described the Hajj. Yes, that is the Hajj. And yes, the true believers have that burning desire in themselves to see and visit and perform the rituals. Okay, so anyone who meets the condition, he should not delay. He should try to fulfill his responsibility. And yes, and it's required once in a lifetime. He may talk about the voluntary Hajj. What is the ruling regarding the voluntary Hajj and voluntary Umrah? Okay, be careful. Scholars have said that voluntary Hajj is fine, voluntary Umrah is also fine, but you have to see spending the 10,000, 15,000 in voluntary Hajj is more beneficial, or giving the money in charity and helping some, raising some orphans and so on and so forth.
Involuntary.
I'm talking about voluntary Hajj and Umrah. You have done.
Oh, you've already done it. Okay.
Done it. Is it advisable? It is better to spend that much money in voluntary Hajj and Umrah, or spend it more wisely, helping some Muslims who don't have even basic things or needs, and orphans. Okay, scholars have said you have to judge yourself. Maybe the other one, giving the money in charity and getting it used in an appropriate way, like taking responsibility of some orphans and so on and so forth, may be more beneficial. And there's a story, Abdullah ibn Mubarak. He was going for Hajj. Abdullah ibn Mubarak, when we talked about him, yes, we are talking about a person whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave portion of all good characteristics. So he was traveling with the Hajj, with his caravan, and he was camping somewhere near a village. So he saw a little girl coming on the place where people used to throw garbage, picking a dead chicken and running away quickly. Imam said, find out where she's going, what she's doing. And they said, okay, she entered the house. So he went to the house, he said, don't you know the dead animals is haram? And the lady said, it may be haram for you, not haram for us. He said, how come it's haram for us and not haram for you? She said, we are desperate, we haven't got anything to eat. So if a person is desperate, the dead animals can become halal for him. So it's haram for you, but not haram for us. And then Imam, yes, touched or moved a lot, and he said to all his people, he used to take the responsibility of the expenses. So he said, okay, these people who are living this year are very poor, let's give our money, the provision that we distribute among these people, and go back. We'll do Hajj next year. And he went back. And once the Hajj was concluded, people saw in dream, or he himself saw in dream, that he was being given good news that his Hajj is accepted. He didn't. He came back. And some people even saw him there. There are some narrations says that they saw him there. They saw him in those areas. And they came back and they said, yes, Imam, I did see you on certain distance in Arafah. And Imam was thinking he didn't go there. Some scholars said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created an angel in his form who did Hajj on his behalf. Anyway, whether it happened, not happened, yes, because he traveled, he was in his path, so as if he has done the Hajj and get the reward. So sometimes people spend 10, 15. There was a person passed away, every year he used to go for Umrah during Ramadan, last 10 days, every single year. I'm not saying it's wrong, but one has to be wise enough how to spend the money. You may get more reward by helping some really needy people, and there are so many Muslims. Okay.
What about, so a person should try to go as soon as possible, but can they consider their family circumstances? Like, for example, their wife would need to go with them. They could go themselves, but if they wait or if they save up maybe for another year or something, then they might be able to take their they could take their wife at the same time, for example. So, or the mother, that's quite common.
Mother got kids.
Not kids, but yeah.
I mean, the intention should be good. That's, you're not delaying for no reason. You're delaying for genuine reason. Let's say that you got money, you can do Hajj, but you want to save something for your wife and go. So that's fine. If the intention is proper and good, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help things happen. Like the one who borrowed money and his intention is to pay back, then Allah will help you. And if the intention is to just take and run away, okay, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.